At least you don't say like like that sounds worse.
True.
Those aren't even. Back again. Go ahead.
Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tatiana. I'm here with my cousin
Malaysia.
and we're gonna put all her ats in the bio, all her information. Follow her on Snapchat and Instagram
And Twitter.
that too. And we're gonna get right into it. Today we're gonna give you 10 tips on college, basically. So
yeah. Tip number 1. No distractions. Stay focused. Don't do things that you know that are gonna like distract you. Like, bitch, don't try to like be on your phone while you're in class. Like, pay attention. Pay attention, because you're missing out on valuable information. Although some professors don't really teach you, but like, be there. Pay attention, okay? Because trust me, you're gonna wish when the tests come around, you're gonna wish you would have paid attention.
tip number 2. How high school does not prepare you for college. You guys need to realize, like, a lot of the materials that you guys think that's hard, high school helps you out a lot. They have guidance. The teacher are going to make sure that you finish your work. If you don't, you're going to get in trouble for it. When you go to college, it's not like that at all. You're going to go to college and you're there for yourself and yourself only. Nobody cares about you. And the teacher can really give a bloop about you coming to class or not, because they get paid regardless. It's not the same as like the salary of high school. So there are some teachers who do care about you generally, but you really have to put in the efforts and show that you want to be here.
Next one, tip number 3. Excuses for yourself. I personally went through so much with school because personally, like, I dropped out a couple times and I stayed making excuses for myself. Always saying it's not my fault, blaming on everybody else but me, not accepting responsibility when I was the one who was messing myself up. Like, literally, I would register for classes, show up to class, and then decide one day, oh, I don't want to go. I want to go get some food. Let's go to L&L, then go right back home. Take a fat nap before I have to go to work. The next day, I'm like, oh, I'm going to go tomorrow. Next day come, I don't go. And then I'm blaming everybody else but myself. This nigga. But yeah, don't make excuses. I personally, from personal experience, I made excuses for myself a lot in the past. I've learned from my mistakes. So learn from my mistakes so you don't have to learn the hard way like I did. And yeah.
Tip number 4. Make sure you guys go to class on time, and make sure you go to class consistently and consecutively, okay? I know it's hard sometimes, especially if you're tired or lazy, but just go, because a lot of times you can miss a lot of information just in one class. Even if sometimes you think it's easy, I already got this, just being there and the teacher seeing you there is just a good look, okay? So make sure that you guys go there all the time, and even if you're sick, try to make it, unless you physically just cannot make it. But go to class every single day, because you're going to miss out on material eventually. Even if you feel like, okay, all the stuff is online, whatever the situation is, you will miss some information, especially if you do not look at your syllabus and you don't know what test is coming up, or it could be a pop quiz that's coming up. So my best advice to you is just go to class.
Tip number 5. This is a big one. I feel like a lot of people do not take unnecessary breaks. What I mean when I say that is, like, you know how like your circumstances might change or something like that, whether your living situation, your working situation. Don't take a break in school unless you necessarily have to, because I understand circumstances do change, and like sometimes you're not able to, whether it's like take care of a family member, like you have a kid and whatnot. But don't take an unnecessary break. Don't just assume, oh, just because like some small thing, oh, I want to make more money. Like, I understand money's all good and dandy, but going to school, that little piece of paper is what's going to get you to a higher level, get you a better paying job at the end of the day. Yeah, working at Tesla and Amazon is cool, but you don't want to spend the rest of your life working there, to be honest. I know a lot of people who my age, like we're 22, a lot of people I personally know started off going to Delta, our local community college here in Stockton, Delta College, and they worked at Amazon, Tesla, or some sort of warehouse. And because it was just too hard, you're working 10, 12-hour shifts, you're not going to want to go to school or even go home and study. You're too tired. So they stopped going to class altogether, just dropped out of school, and they worked there. Like, yeah, that's good and dandy, but like, while we're young right now, so our body can handle that. But eventually you're going to get old, and that shit's going to get real tired real quick. You don't want to be, me. I don't know. Some people do want to spend the rest of your life there. Me personally, I don't. I can't do that. Like, I ain't lazy, but I'm not trying to be doing no hard labor work for the rest of my life. That's why I'm going to school, to better myself.
Tip number 6. Guys, make sure you guys study for your test accordingly. I learned my lesson the hard way. Do not cram all the information that you need to know in one night, or 2 nights, or 3 nights. Okay? Like, you need to make sure every single time that you do your notes after class, just go over them a little bit. You know, every single night, just look over your notes and make sure you understand it a little bit. If you don't understand it, then that's when it comes to getting to know your teacher, and they can help you out. Most likely, I'm pretty sure somebody's willing to help you out because they want you to pass the class. Most teachers.
Tip number 7. So I cannot stress this enough, guys. You definitely want to take detailed notes, something that you can understand. Don't just write information down without understanding it. And in college, it is a lot faster than high school. The professors go on the PowerPoint fast. You're on one PowerPoint, one slide, legit for like 60 seconds, if that, and they're on to the next slide. So read it. Try to read it as fast as you can and kind of like, not dumb it down, but write the notes down to where you can understand it instead of writing the whole information down on the PowerPoint. Because sometimes that whole slide that's this big can be summed down into like 2 sentences, if that. So I would say definitely that's a big thing. Make sure you take wise notes. Don't copy word from word. If you can just put what you understand it as, it just makes it a lot simpler when you go back to study for a test and to look back at your notes. It just makes it a lot easier.
Tip number 8. Didn't you just throw up?
8, girl.
Tip number 8 is basically talking about go at your own pace and make sure. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Tip number 8 is basically talking about you going at your own pace and be. What was it?
Go at your own pace and stop trying to keep up with everyone else. Don't feel like just because everyone else.
Whoa. This is my tip.
I'm telling you. You asked. I just put go at your own pace, be you. That's what you told me to write. Just because you can remember the rest.
No, I don't want to. Oh, okay. Tip number 8 is basically talking about go at your own pace. Everybody is on their own path in their career. So if it takes you more than 2 years to graduate, do not stress yourself. I know sometimes you may feel, okay, especially somebody like me who's age 22, you have friends who already graduated for their bachelor's degree. So it kind of makes you feel like, man, what am I doing in life? And everybody has their own goals and their own pace and their own future. So you need to worry about you and yourself only. Sometimes you may start out with your friends and family in the same route and the same destination, but you guys end up going at different pace. So do not take extra classes that you are not able to take if you're not able to handle them at the time. So that being said, if you are a full-time worker, do not take more than 12 units and be a full-time student unless you feel like you personally can't handle it, because sometimes it's too much pressure and you need to just back it down either on working or back it down on going to school. So you can just go at your own pace and make sure that, because I'd rather personally me do less work, like don't take more than 4 or 5 classes and be successful in my classes and get A's and B's, maybe C's, and compared to like, okay, I took on a full workload and a full school load and now I'm failing my classes and now I'm doing bad in school at work. So that personally happened to me last semester, so don't do it.
Tip number 9. I cannot stress this enough. I know I said that before, but like really though, be smart with your finances as far as like buying school supplies and your books and stuff like that. Don't necessarily buy it at your bookstore at your college, because you can find it on other websites for cheaper. This semester I found my statistics book at Delta to rent it for $80. I found it on Amazon to rent for $30. That's a $50 difference right there. Chegg.com. There's so many other websites. Collegebuys.org. They not only have textbooks, they have like Apple chargers, Android chargers, laptops, refurbished, like, excuse me, refurbished items at a really good price for college students. It's collegebuys.org, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe so, because I bought a Microsoft Office subscription on there, the latest edition, for like $25 for 2 years. That's dirt cheap. And that's on like $100+ for Microsoft Office, the latest edition. That shit ain't cheap. So I say definitely do research. Don't just assume. I don't care if you do get financial aid. Like, that's something you can,
which I don't,
put that money towards something else. You don't necessarily have to spend $500 on all your books, when if you go to other websites, it might take a little longer to get there, but still you're saving money at the end of the day. So be smart.
Last but not least, we're going to have tip number 10. Guys, we are going to talk about you getting to know your professors. 1, sit in the front if you can. Trust me, I'm the type of person who wants to sit in the back, but trust me, I'm also going to be on my phone if I'm in the back and not paying attention. I notice that when I'm further in front of the class, or at least towards where the teacher can see me, I tend to not be on my phone as much compared to when I'm in the back of class. I do whatever I want and don't even pay attention. So try to stay in front of class as much as possible. Not every class, but just, most of your classes. Another thing is, when you get to know your professors and things go wrong, like if you fail a test or if you feel like you need help, they know who you are and they can help you. They're willing to help you compared to somebody they don't know. They don't know the background or history of you. So a lot of my teachers know me because I ask questions in my class. So if you have a question in your class, please raise your hand and ask them. Do not be shy. Just raise it up and say, hey, I need you to slow down because you're going too fast, or I need to know what you're talking about because that doesn't make any sense. I'll say it just like that, honestly. So make sure you get to know your professors because that's very important for everybody, especially if you want to get a letter of recommendation. When you do transfer eventually, they're going to need to know who exactly you are. They're not going to give you a letter of recommendation if they don't even know who you are or what do you do or anything about you. So it'll be highly recommended to, just talk to your teacher a little bit. Before class, I'm never early, so it's always after. And then when you need help or any questions, just talk to them. Hey, my name is Tatiana, and this is my situation. And a lot of times the teachers are willing to work with you and help you out because they know who you are and you reach out to them compared to being shy. You're in the back and you fail. Boom. Thank you guys for watching this video. This is my cousin Malaysia. You can follow her at her @ on the bottom of the bio. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, all of those things. Don't follow me on Facebook, y'all. I'm not going to accept you. And make sure that you guys like and subscribe this channel. And if you want some more videos, then please
featuring me, please let us know in the comments
or DM us. It really doesn't matter either way. Okay, bye. You're so retarded.